Welcome to Vlogmas Day 9. Before we get started, let me just say I've been in the rain all day. It has been pouring down rain here. Today is Saturday, December 14th when I'm filming this, and my hair has got the wave going on. This is why I cannot let my hair air dry right here, because it starts doing all of this stuff when it gets wet. So in today's video, we're gonna do two things. First thing is we're gonna talk about 2024. I would say talk about the goals and if I have met them, but I want to say my only goals for 2024 were to pay off some debt. From my memory, I feel like 2024 has been super long, but we'll talk about that in a minute. And then I'm going to share my 2025 goals. And I will tell you, this is not anything that's like knocking it out of the park. There's nothing that's like huge for 2025. I've kept it pretty. There's 5 on here. I have 5 things. And that's all I could really come up with. I think 2024 has really done a number on us, or it has for me. So going into 2024, I had a goal of just paying debt off. We have done a fantastic job at that already. Now, if you have not seen my recent budget update, which I want to say is probably 2 months old now, I will link that video in a card above. So at this moment, we were able to pay off, and I don't have any of these numbers in front of me. So originally, I was going to share my budget planner from 2024 and then set up 2025 during Vlogmas. But then I got to thinking, I'm like, hold up. I want to use some of the items from the advent calendar. And I didn't want to share those until everybody had opened them. So I don't need to share that until after Christmas. So I will probably talk about more of the numbers during that video, because you will see my snowball and all of that. So we're just going to kind of roughly from my brain talk about it now. So the first thing that I needed to get paid off, or we needed to get paid off in 2024, was the furniture that we bought. I want to say that was roughly $2,000 that we had coming in to 2024 that needed to be paid off. So we immediately got that paid off. The next debt was mine. And I say mine versus my husband's because I have a credit card and then he has a credit card. And our goal was to get both of those paid off. And it was a lot. My credit card had roughly $7,800 on it. It has like $125 right now, but I consider it paid off because I will pay that off on the next when the next bill comes around. So we were able to pay off $7,800 worth of debt on my credit card. One of the things that we did was that we moved my balance to a 0% card that we got 0%, I want to say 12 or 15 months. So we got that paid off this summer. So right there, we're already looking at $9,800 off the top of my head. Then once we got that paid off, my husband's credit card came into play. I want to say this was about June or July. We did the same thing with his. We moved his balance, which was roughly $9,500. Yes, 9500. Not 95 dot, $9,500. We moved it to a 0% card, and we are now down to only owing $1,900. And I will say that our goal was to get all 3 of those things paid off this year, which we knew was a huge undertaking. And we were not able to do that by $9,500. And that is because we had some other expenses like Christmas presents. My daughter is doing JO volleyball, so we did not want to charge that. So we have been using that snowball fund to pay some of that for hers. A few other odds and end things that we had to pay for that came out of that. And also on the 25th of December, we will have to pay for our termite contract on the house. So instead of making the big payment for the credit card will deduct what we have to pay for that termite contract, and then everything else will go to the credit card. So that's why our goal was really March of 2025, but we were hoping in the back of our brain that we were able to get all 3 paid off. This year, we almost did it. We almost did it. $1,900 left. And the reason why we are trying to tackle that debt is because my daughter turned 16 in March. So we really need another car. My husband has been having to ride with a friend to work every day. I've been taking his vehicle, and then my daughter has been taking my vehicle, which will turn into hers in March. She does have a hardship driver's license, so she is able to drive from the house to our practices and school. So those were the big things that we wanted to accomplish, just the debt stuff. And we only have $1,900. God willing, we'll get that paid off pretty soon. Hopefully no obstacles coming our way between now and March. Honestly, sitting here thinking, when I was trying to decide what I wanted to talk about in today's Vlogmas video, all I could think of was how crazy 2024 has been. It feels like this time last year was like 5 years ago. I just feel like that people have gone through a lot this year. A lot. And I am hoping that 2025 is full of nothing but positivity and abundance for everybody, because it's been rough. I will tell you, it has really been rough. So I will say for us that it's been a little bit strained, not to the point of some other families, what they've been dealing with. But I feel like in my soul that it does not matter how much budgeting you do and cutting out. Everything has gotten so high that there's no more budgeting that can happen. The groceries have gone up, the electricity has gone up, the car payment has gone up, the homeowner's insurance has gone up. Every single thing has gone up. And my husband and I sat down, I can't tell you how many times, and tried to find things that we could cut out. But we don't live extravagantly. We have cut down on so much stuff that there was nothing else we could cut out. We just needed more money. So I know if we have struggled this year, I know many others have as well. I've seen it in my shop. I've seen my sales not be what they have in the past. I want to say out of the 3 years that I've been open, this is probably cut in 2. Like, I've probably had half of the sales that I had the year before last. And it's been very discouraging to the point of me trying to decide if I just wanted to try to... I've just got a little bit of debt for the shop, and it's almost like you have to have a little bit because you have to purchase things in order to keep things flowing in your business. So I have just a little bit. So I thought about, do I just want to try to pay off the debt I have and just close my shop, or just keep going and hope that the economy will take an upswing? So right now I'm able to pay for everything. And you know, when I say pay for everything, that means like sticker paper, ink, and all of that. So I'm able to pay all of that, but there's not much extra at all after the bills are being paid. So I'm hoping 2025 is kinder to me and other businesses, because it's definitely been rough this year in that area. So enough about the negativity. Let's move on and talk about 2025. I only have 5 goals written down. I might think of some other ones, and I don't even know if these are our goals or stuff I want to talk about and things that are rolling around in my head. So I guess this is kind of just like a 2024, 2025 chat, I guess is what we're going to call it. Number 1, I just talked about it, is to finish paying off my husband's credit card. So you guys, we have been, like, all of our extra money has gone to pay that credit card off. We have taken $9,500, $9,800, and we are down to $1,900. So we've done amazing. We are almost there, and I cannot tell you I don't know a time when his credit card has almost been paid off and mine has been paid off. Because we have had to in the past put, you know, medical bills on credit cards. Y'all, there was even a time that we had to put groceries on a credit card. Before we took the jobs that we have now, it was getting to the point where we just weren't making enough money. And a couple times we had to put groceries on a credit card. So I want to say we've been making payments. We've never been late on a payment, but it was stacking up. It had got to $9,500. And for us, that is a lot of money on a credit card because we don't like to live on credit cards. So to be able to sit here and say that we have almost all of it paid off feels really nice. And I think over the last couple months, we were able to get his Achilles surgery paid off. We almost have, he had to do a sleep study last year or the year before last. We almost have that paid off. We have gotten my hysterectomy from 2020 paid off. We have got his braces paid off, which was $6,000. We got Derek's first round of braces paid off, which was roughly $1,000. So we've done really good this year, even when it was tough. We did not take a vacation in 2024 this year because we did not want to spend the extra money because that needed to go to pay off some debt. So that is the first thing that we are looking forward to in 2025 is getting his credit card paid off. Fingers crossed. Number 2 is something I just talked about that we did not do in 2024, and that is take a vacation. We feel like vacations are important. There has been, I want to say 2 years in the past, like 10 years, I think, that we did not take a vacation. This year was one of those. And it is good, especially with how chaotic things are for us. We are going nonstop. It's really good to take the time to step away from everything, to disconnect, to connect as a family. And we are making that a priority this year. So we feel like that we'll be in a good place by this summer and we'll be able to have money to take a vacation. So vacations are important to us. And I know not everybody sees that as important. You know, there's a lot of people that feel like vacations aren't necessary if you've got debt. But we've done so good on our debt that I feel like that we deserve to have some time off, some time away to where we can just disconnect from the world and connect on our family. Number 3 is my reading goal. So I knocked it out of the park in 2024 and had no intention of doing that. I have no idea how I did it. If you've not seen my book talk from this year, I talked about that on Monday. I will link I will link a card above with that video. But 2023, I think I read 32 books. My goal for 2024 was 36. At the time of me filming this, I have read 58. Like I told my husband this morning, I asked him, I was like, guess how many books I've read this year? And he was like, 30. And I was like, 58. And he could not believe it. 58 books. Never in my wildest dreams would I have thought that I would read 58 books. From a person that never picked up a book at all to 58 books. So you might be going, you read 58 books. Why is your goal not 60? Because I don't want to make it to where I don't think that I can reach that goal. I want to be enjoying my reading and for it to be a leisure activity. I don't want the back of my brain going, I have to get 60 books read. I have to get 60 books read. And for me to get 60 books read, it would take a lot of effort. And I feel like that I would be more worried about the 60 books than the enjoyment of reading. Does that make sense? So for 2025, I want to read 36 books. That reminds me, if you do not follow me on Goodreads, I'm going to leave my link in the description below. Let's be friends on that app. I love to get on Goodreads. I know it has its positives and its negatives, but I really enjoy that I'm able to keep track of the books I've read, the ratings, and I like to see what everybody else is rating and rating books. I get so many suggestions and recommendations to add to my TBR by Goodreads. So definitely become friends with me on Goodreads. Number 4 goes along with my book reading, and that is to go get a library card and get on that Libby app. So many people, when I've talked about books, especially when I was talking about Remarkably Bright Creatures, and at one time that Kindle download was $20.99. Well, they had cut it down for, I don't know if it was a few days or what, but I did get it cheaper, and then I think I had some points, so I was able to get it a little bit cheaper than the $20.99. So after so many people had mentioned it to me, I was like, okay, I need to go to the library here, and I need to get a library card, and I need to get that Libby app. I could save myself a lot of money. So that is number 4. Number 5, I just wanted to chat about, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to go in this direction, but I've thought about it for the last year, and I don't know if it's a good thing to do or not. And that is brand reps. So if I did brand reps or brand ambassadors, I would want to do it right. I would want to set up the program. I would want to go through a thorough process of individuals who would promote my brand. I would want us to have some kind of community together. I would want to do it 100% or not at all. And then I got to thinking, well, is there anybody that purchases from my shop that really shares their things online? I mean, or would it be one of those things that I opened it up to people and nobody was interested in doing it? I'm always wanting 100% authenticity. So I don't want people to say, oh, I'll promote your brand just to get free products. Would not be my intention at all. But I just feel like it would help my brand grow a little bit because there's only one of me. It would help my brand grow if I was to have a couple brand reps, but I'm still in the beginning stages of figuring out how I can do that, how I can organize that, and have it to be successful for not only me, but for the brand reps. Because I would want, I don't know exactly the words I'm looking for, but I would want it to be done right. So I am looking at doing that. I'm not sure if it'll be something that we do in 2025. But just know, if you have any ideas or anything, let me know. I have looked at other shops at how they do things, but I haven't been able to just really sit down and, you know, do guidelines and decide how I would want to do it thoroughly when there's only me. So those are really the 5 big goals that I have for 2025. And I know you didn't see any organization type of things on my list, and that's because the only area that we have left to do decluttering is to finish up that attic. And now I've just kind of put stuff in there, so after Christmas we may have to get back in the attic and move some stuff around again, and then I think we have one little like corner area left to go through. But y'all, I have cleaned out so much in my house. Y'all have been through the journey with me in 2024. I hope it motivated you guys to do kind of the same thing that I was doing. And it's not a pretty process. Like, I still have stuff that I want to get rid of that I'm attempting to sell. And I probably need to, during Christmas break, just donate that stuff, because y'all, it's not going anywhere. Nobody's buying it, and it's taking up space in my house. So all of that you guys will see. I will film all of that. But I think, and I know a lot of people right now are talking about that series called, it's Buy Now. Buy Now. It's either on Amazon Prime or Netflix. They say that is a huge eye-opener for people. And for me, I might watch it, but for me, the biggest eye-opener was pulling out all of this stuff that I've been storing, going, why did I buy that? I mean, it wasn't the things that I bought that I've used for 10 years and then they've gotten old. No, I literally was pulling out, like when I was going through the Disney stuff, I was literally pulling out things with tags. So for me, that was the biggest eye-opener for me, was to go through my own stuff with intention. You have to be in the right mindset to do all of the decluttering and letting go, because if you're in a sentimental mindset, you are not going to let stuff go. So in 2024, I've tried to be really intentional with my purchases. When going through bags, when going through literally everything, and you look in the garage and you say, overconsumption at the max. And it's so easy. They say, do they talk about like TJ Maxx and Home Goods and Marshalls and that? I've seen it all over TikTok with people talking about that those places are the worst places to go and overconsume. And I'll agree, because when I go in those stores, I have to go in with a purpose. I have to go in with stuff written down, because I can get that I get dragged in so many different directions that I'm like, oh, I need that, and I need that, and I need that, and while I'm here, why don't I get this, and I get this, and then you get it home and you're like, why did I buy this? I will tell you, yesterday, Kate and I and Nathan sat in the car while we did this. Kate had to get some gifts for a Secret Santa thing today. So we thought, okay, we're going to stop at Bath & Body Works, because the girl that she had to get the Secret Santa gift for liked Bath & Body Works the lip things. I don't know what they call them. Y'all, that was the first time I've been in a Bath & Body Works, and I can't tell you how long. So we walk up to the store, and there's a line outside, and we're like, what's going on? Why are they only letting a certain number of people in this store? And these ladies in line were like, oh, they're having a $4.95 sale. I'm like, okay, yeah, all the body care is $4.95. And these ladies were like, I think I'm addicted to Bath & Body Works, is what they said. And it's legit. I saw a TikTok video yesterday of somebody sharing their candle collection. There were thousands of candles. They even had the Bath & Body Works crates that all the candles went in. And these candles dated way back. And they weren't using the candles. They were just collecting them. Is that the right word to use? Collecting them? And I was like, oh, y'all, I used to do that. I used to do that. So now that I feel like I'm on the outside, I can look at that and go, oh, that's a mistake. I would go in there during their candle sale, and I would buy 10 candles. I would go in there and I would buy all these hand soaps. Like when they would have their body care sale, like when we walked up yesterday and it was $4.95. My mind was all over the place, and I was shoving stuff in my bags. Yesterday I left with 2 things, plus the gift. 2 body sprays, 2 different body sprays, because I think I'm only down to 1 body spray. And I thought I will get 2 body sprays. So I did not even spend $10. But there were people with loads and loads, and the cashier even told somebody, well, I'll see you later, because they're in there all the time. So I didn't mean to get on the rant about that, but it's so easy to overconsume. And I've had to really step back and evaluate myself. Ooh, it's a hard pill to swallow when you realize how much money you've wasted on dumb stuff. And I'm saying dumb stuff to myself. I'm not saying it to you. I'm saying it to myself. The dumb stuff that I have spent my hard-earned money on was at times very emotional. And you saw in several of those videos this year that I did get emotional. So I have basically I'm going to say almost. No, I'm not completely, because I'm going to tell you, I'm a sweatshirt person. I've got so many sweatshirts in there right now. And I know y'all watched me organize those sweatshirts. I've bought even more because I wear them every day. Like, here's a sweatshirt. I wear them every day. So it's not like I'm not getting use out of them. I just got to figure out where to put them. Jeans and sweatshirts is what I live in. Even in this summer. Because I am cold-natured right now. So I like sweatshirts. So that's probably my biggest thing. I got myself 1 coffee mug this year. And you saw that on my Black Friday haul. If you did not see that, I'll link that in the card above, because I literally use the same mugs every day for coffee. And I do have a Stanley cup that I take with coffee to work. So literally there's like 4 mugs that I rotate for coffee. The only mug that I've bought that I drink out of. Now the other mugs that I've purchased are back here because I'm using them as decorations. So you guys, that was a big one in 2024 for me. That goal that I had of decluttering the house was a big one, and I feel like that I helped myself, helped my mindset. It's not fully there, but we're getting there. So if you've watched this whole video, I would love it in the comments below if you would put the word goals. It helps the YouTube algorithm tremendously, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, I would love to hear any goals that you guys have for the new year. And if you have any information or tips on the brand reps idea, I would love to hear about those as well. So I hope you give this video a big thumbs up. By giving my videos a thumbs up, it shows YouTube you're engaged and you like my content, which means they'll start suggesting it and recommending it to more people, which means our community will grow and will continue to spread positivity. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and until next time, bye you guys.